Welcome back to another video. I'm super excited today because I get to talk about one of my favorite companies and definitely one of the most exciting companies in my portfolio, which is Tesla. Just recently on January 29th, after the markets closed, Tesla reported their fourth quarter earnings, and let me tell you, Elon Musk did not disappoint. In this video, I'll be going over highlighting some of the most important points about their fourth quarter earnings. Then I'll talk about their 2020 outlook and what to expect in this coming year. And then lastly, I'll show you kind of how that affected my small Tesla position, which I only have 2 shares, but it definitely made a positive impact on it. Make sure to hit the like button if you like Tesla as a company, and let me know down in the comments if you think, what you think about Tesla. Do you think it's gonna keep going up, or if it's soon bound to crash, or if you just hate Teslas in general and you like more gas-powered vehicles. But with that being said, let's get started with the earnings. So the stock price had a decent day throughout Wednesday, up about 2.5%, but then once earnings were presented and everybody saw that their performance beat expectations, the stock just started climbing. At the time of this recording, during the after hours, the stock is up over 11.5% for a total price of $648.50. During the day, it climbed a respectable $14, but after the earnings, it shot up a whole $67. All Tesla shareholders, I bet, are super happy at the moment. And as far as EPS goes, or earnings per share, they were expected to earn $1.72 per share, and they killed that with $2.14 per share. Earnings per share just basically is an indicator for how profitable a company was within a specific quarter. The larger the EPS number, the more profitable the company is. And it looks especially good when a company beats the expectations for EPS. So pretty good on Tesla's part to beat EPS by quite a large number. Then revenue was expected at $7.02 billion, and they beat that as well with a $7.38 billion, which is quite a bit of a beat. I know revenues doesn't say much because that's before taking into consideration costs and all that other stuff. So let's take a look at the cash flow in the fourth quarter. So I got this information directly from the Tesla investor relation page. So for the fourth quarter, they netted $1.1 billion, which comes out to 173% increase quarter over quarter and 11% year over year increase. So not bad in terms of the bottom line for the fourth quarter. They netted a little over 1.1 billion, which brings their total cash equivalents to around 6.2 or 6.3 billion dollars of cash readily available for them. That's such a good thing because they are now expecting quarterly free cash flowing going forward, with possible temporary exceptions, particularly around the launch and ramp of new products. But they continue to believe that their business has grown to the point of being self-funded. Now that's a pretty strong statement coming from Tesla, saying that they're now expected to be a self-funded company. That basically just means that they don't have to ask for money from investors anymore, and they can just work off of the bottom line numbers that they produce after every quarter. They can use that money now to reinvest back into the company. They can also pay down some of the debt that they have, and they can also, apply that to research and development to create better software, create better vehicles, the self-autopilot driving mode. They can improve that. They can use that money for all those things just to improve the business overall. So it's some pretty exciting times to be part of this fast-growing company, and I'm looking forward to the next year through 2-3 years down the road. Now, as far as the operations go, the Model Y production ramp started in January of this year, 2020, and it's ahead of schedule. They're supposed to start delivering these vehicles at the beginning of the summer of this year. The Model Y is the more affordable version of the SUV. They've also increased the Model Y all-wheel drive EPA range from 280 miles to 315 miles, which is nice because 35-mile difference could be the deal breaker, whether you make it to the next charging port or not. So that's really good. And they also delivered a record of 112,095 vehicles in the fourth quarter, which beats their previous third quarter vehicle delivery record of around 97,000. So I made a video about that, talking about my bullish thesis on the Tesla stock, and one being that they continue to break records on how many vehicles delivered quarter over quarter. and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. Aside from that, their pace of execution has also improved significantly as they have incorporated many learnings from our experience launching Model 3 in the United States. As a result, we were able to start Model 3 production in Gigafactory Shanghai in less than 10 months from breaking ground, and we have already begun production ramp for the Model Y in Fremont. I just want to point out that even though they are producing cars out of the Shanghai Gigafactory, none of those numbers are reflected in the fourth quarter earnings, because when presenting earnings, what really counts is cars that are delivered to their customers. Yes, they are producing cars, but none of those have been delivered just yet. All the numbers that you see in the fourth quarter earnings are from cars that have been delivered coming out of the Fremont factory out in California. So it's pretty impressive that from the third quarter that they produced 97,000 cars, they were still able to pump out and deliver their previous record and beat that record to come out with 112,000 cars delivered just from the US factory alone. Now, in the first quarter of 2020, I'm positive that you'll be able to see deliveries coming out of the Shanghai Gigafactory, which will just immensely increase what the production level will be. And I'm looking forward to those earnings in about 3 months when they come out. So for the rest of the outlook of 2020, they expect to be able to comfortably deliver and exceed 500,000 units of delivered vehicles. I think the Wall Street is expecting them to deliver around 450,000. So if they feel like they can comfortably deliver over 500,000 units, then that's a good sign for the upcoming year, which is awesome. And that's due to the ramp of the Model 3 in Shanghai and the Model Y in the Fremont factory. Production will likely outpace deliveries this year, they say. And both solar and storage deployment should also grow at least 50% in 2020. And this is kind of the solar business. It's not really talked about. It's kind of been on the back burner for Tesla as they're trying to get their, cash cows, the Model 3s and the cars, to be able to fund these types of things. And now that, as they say, that they believe that they are now going to be at the point where they're a self-funded company, they can use some of that money to build up the solar business and create another income stream. As far as the rest of the products for the rest of 2020, they say production ramp of Model Y in Fremont has begun, and that's ahead of schedule. The Model 3 production in Shanghai is continuing to ramp up, while the Model Y production in Shanghai will begin in 2021. They're also planning to produce a limited volume of Tesla semis this year, which would be pretty cool if they can get, some of those semis out and kind of reveal what they're going to look like and that type of thing, and kind of start getting the hype around that, just like they did with the Tesla Cybertruck. I'm sure those trucks are going to be super expensive and will just, add to the value and the diversity of Tesla and bring in more cash as it is. Okay, so Tesla has proven that it finished the fourth quarter of 2019 super strong by delivering a record number of vehicles and being profitable in that quarter as well. I also talked about what they got coming up in the future as far as delivering around 500,000 vehicles in 2020, and how their other businesses are going to start to pop off, like the solar business, and they're thinking about producing a limited number of Tesla semis. So with that, I want to go ahead and jump into my portfolio and show you kind of how my Tesla position was affected by this 11% jump that happened after hours. As far as what I'm planning on doing with the stock, I'm probably just gonna hold it and wait for another dip to happen so I can add to my position, since I believe in this company in the long term and I'm not looking to sell off anytime soon.
So here's my Tesla position. This is my all-time, what it's currently at, 138% with a gain of over $1,000. If we go just to the past week, from here, January 29th to January 30th, this was the jump that happened after hours that I've been talking about. And I'm recording this a couple days later, which is why, it's all the way to January 31st. But from here to here was when earnings happened. And you can see that it jumped from 1,161 to 1,281, which is pretty awesome. That's that 10%. Overall, in the past week, I'm up 15%. In the past month, 53%. And so forth. I'm pretty much almost regained all the money I sold off of right here. Pretty much regained it back, which is super awesome that it's right back where it was. Kind of wish that I hadn't had sold, because then, you know, who knows where my position would be at if I hadn't sold then. But nonetheless, I'm pretty happy with it. Markets today on January 23rd, shares are sitting at $643, and yeah, as of now, I'm just gonna hold and ride the train, and hopefully another dip happens sometime soon, because this is not normal for a company to just go up over 100% in about a 4-month time frame. So
okay, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm looking down at my analytics after all the videos, and it seems like over half the people that are watching my videos are not even subscribed to my channel. So if you're watching this video, make sure to subscribe. Since you're already here anyways, might as well get the notifications of when I upload a new video, and if you like this type of content as well. With that being said, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.